Subject was discovered in barely conscious state at the end of the mine shift. Though bruised and severely dehydrated, subject's physical condition was immediately stabilized. His mental condition, however, demonstrated the effects of extreme shock or trauma manifested in incomprehensible rantings and fits of terror. Subject is a danger to himself and others. Has not responded to medication. Prognosis for recovery is grim.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Geek, what the hell happened to everyone?
I've never seen an anomaly like this before.
Residual frequency signatures detected.
Oh, that's not good.
What does that mean?
It means we're picking up frequencies from other dimensions or times.
Well, at least somebody's getting some action.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's been a long time since I had any frequency in getting some action.
I don't patch it through the main computer.
Your wish is my command.
Oh, we're picking up something.
What the hell is it?
It's a broadcast of some sort.
Adjusting audio.
Boosting signal.
Welcome to the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Oh, God, is it Monday?
Getting your work week started right by stretching out your vagina holes with the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Welcome aboard, everybody. You have been beamed aboard. You are now live and inside the mothership on Alien X Radio. I'm your host, Alien Stone. We're going to be screaming through the galaxy at triple redunculous speeds today, not talking loud in the back row of the movie theater while everybody is trying to watch the new Top Gun movie. I keep saying that every week because every single week, more and more people are going on television and the radio just saying like it's the greatest cinematic achievement in the history of film. I'm like, come on. It's the same movie, right? Just shot with better equipment. 36 years later or something like that? Yeah. Anyway, folks, welcome to the show. As always, we've got music for your vagina holes, comedy for your soul. We've got your phone calls on the Alien X lines at 1313-444-8919 or Skype me at AlienStone1. That's the number 1. Don't spell it out because you would be wrong. What else we got going on here? Let's see, you can give me a call there. Okay, we're broadcasting live on Alien X Radio. Also, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, J. Parker Radio, United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, the Western Reserve Digital Radio Network, and the IRN Internet Radio Network. And in syndication replay around the world on 920 WON The Apple, 24.7 The Stream, 97.1 KGSBFM Get Smashed Radio, WRFN 1025, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, United Sounds Choice Radio, Proudcore Radio, Pure Rock Radio, Good Talk Radio, Mile High Radio, and K89. Hello, and welcome to the show. All right, folks, we've got classic episodes of Just a Few Questions coming up, and the brand spanking newest episode, which just aired yesterday. That's right. Just a Few Questions is a segment during the show inside the mothership. And that airs at 12 noon Eastern on this fantastic radio station and our affiliates. And here on the Monday Morning Madcast, each hour I give you a classic episode, and then in the third hour I bring you the brand spanking newest episode, which is called Interplanetary Party Poopers this week. That's right. I don't know what I'm going to do for the first hour and the second hour. I haven't picked them out yet. But I'll be going in there and getting those. Maybe some bad movie flashbacks. Definitely an update for the sports from the prospect. And a whole lot of stuff going on today. So let's go ahead and get it underway like we usually do with an update. Well, not an update. It's definitely, you should already know a lot of this stuff. But we're going to bring you up to speed at what happened in the past with a little trip down memory lane with this day in history on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
Let's take a look at this day in history.
June 20th, 1893.
Some folks say she didn't do it, and others say, of course she did. They all agree Miss Lizzie B was a problem kind of kid.
A jury finds Lizzie Borden innocent of murdering her father and stepmother with an axe at their home in Fall River, Massachusetts. The grisly killings and Borden's trial received massive media attention for its time in the United States. 1837. In London, Britain's Queen Victoria begins her record reign of 63 years, following the death of her uncle, King William IV. 1943. Race-related rioting erupts in Detroit, a sign of unrest on America's home front during World War II. Federal troops are sent in 2 days later to quell the violence, which leaves more than 30 people dead. 1967. In Houston, boxer Muhammad Ali is convicted of violating selective service laws by refusing to be drafted during the Vietnam War. The U.S. Supreme Court ultimately overturns Ali's conviction. Already stripped of his title, Ali is allowed to return to boxing more than 3 years later. And 1975. Jaws, Steven Spielberg's movie about the terrifying great white shark, is released. The monster box office hit is widely considered to be the film that launched the Hollywood blockbuster. Today in history, June 20th. Camille Bohannon, The Associated Press.
Alrighty, folks, let's go ahead and stuff some music into your ear holes. Once again, going back to the band Regulus, who submitted a whole bunch of music that I haven't listened to, but every time I grab one and throw it on the air and play it without listening to it, it's a good song. So I'm just going to keep doing that. Another one I have not played by them, Regulus, is In the Wake of the Galleon. And that's up right now on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Ocean, enchanted the sky. My name is Tyler Chernoff from Red Baron, and you're listening to
Alien X Radio.
I'd like to take this time right now to dedicate this next song to Alien X Radio. Alien X Radio, as this song is about aliens. As I spent about 7 hours straight watching Ancient Aliens, and I decided to write a song about it. So I hope that comes through in the lyrics to you, people. Or you can take it for whatever you want. I'm probably crazy. You think I'm crazy? Hey, I wasn't asking you. Jesus. All right. This next song is called Not Alone.
All right, that was recorded way back in the day, live from the Crowfoot. Oh, yeah, Not Alone by Red Baron. Hey, it's time to reach back into that bag of music that I have downloaded but have not listened to and throw one into your vajir holes. That's right, it's time for some musical roulette. Coming from a band called When Angels Came. This tune is called Color in Blind.
Here's this week's bad movie flashback.
No. Please. No, not that.
This could be the beginning of the end for the human race. For what men first thought were meteors or the often ridiculed flying saucers are in reality the flaming vanguard of the invasion from Mars.
Looks like they're gonna come out of that gully pretty soon. We'll have to rush our defenses to be ready when they do.
We're going to need plenty of reinforcements.
We'll get them. Lieutenant!
Look!
Flash across country like scythes, wiping out everything that's trying to get away from them.
That explains why communication is cut the moment their machines begin moving.
Montreal's blacked out. Nothing more's come through.
Same thing that happened on the Pacific coast. Anything from them yet?
No, Mr. Secretary. We've had nothing from San Francisco for over 5 hours.
The nations of the world mobilize their armed might, rushing to defend the Earth against the unknown weapons of the super race from the Red Planet. Is there nothing that can stop the Martian death machines?
Guns, tanks, bombs. They're like toys against them. We know now that we can't beat their machines. We've got to beat them.
All over the world, human beings cower before the onslaught of these unearthly enemies, whom no one has ever seen. Panic that sweeps around the globe as the great masses of mankind flee blindly in a headlong stampede of hysteria.
Resistance is futile. Probing is not allowed. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. That's 313-444-8919. Or hang out in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
You have been beamed aboard and you are now inside the mothership with Alien Stone.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
Shogun of Harlem.
I just watched The Last Dragon just the other day on HBO Max. Why? Because there's no way to watch any movies anymore unless you have a streaming service of some kind. They're all taken up on contract and stuff, so you're left with crappy movies like Lethal Weapon 4, Blade 2, you know, general junk. And Christmas movies in the middle of the freaking summer. I hate that, too. I hate that. Anyway, folks, it is now time for the Punchlines. As always, well, we got some sponsors here. Punchlines are being brought to you today by Papa Boner's Popcorn. The magic is in his warm, buttery drizzle, and the Amber Heard Skid Mark Eraser. It works on bed sheets and pillowcases, but warning, usage may cost as much as $15 million. Also, as always, the Punchlines are being brought to you by Igor's Empire and his family of products. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook and at www.igorslube.com. It's getting kind of hot out there. Your balls might stick to your legs, so it might be time to pick up a bottle or a container, a product known as Igor's Skin Bridge Cooling Gel, now with roll-on applicator. Just apply a thick layer and stay cool all day. For those of you that don't have the ball cooler vent anymore, it's Igor's Skin Bridge Cooling Gel. Alrighty, folks. What am I going to talk about today? What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about this, okay? Gas prices, right? Gas prices freaking out of control. I don't care where you live. It's out of control all over in the world. It's getting to the point, I mean, we're seeing people, you know, they're doing some crazy things to get gas. Okay? I mean, we got people hoeing themselves out on the internet. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by hoeing themselves out on the internet? This is what I'm talking about. You know that there are all kinds of freaky weirdo people out there on the internet, right? Freaky weird people. They have things called fetishes. Yeah. Some of them have something as stupid and gross and weird and as a foot fetish. I know I've probably just lost three listeners because they're like, I like feet. Okay, well, enjoy that. Feet are gross, in my opinion. They are gross. But there are people out there that get off on looking at feet. So you got people out there that are willing to take pictures of their feet and send them to perverts in exchange for money on their gas cards. What? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Now, if gas prices ever go back down, I'm sure that these people have now opened up a doorway to a whole new revenue that they hadn't thought about. Now, all the perverts that have been out there doing this all this time, selling their feet pictures, are going, hey, you're stepping on my toes, so to speak. But, hey, what can I tell you, man? I'm sure over on OnlyFans, there'll be ways where you can give money, you can give cash, you can give Bitcoin, and it'll be eventually you can load up your Shell card. Yeah. So that you can go to the gas station. It's going to be a major trading thing. You're like, okay, well, I want to buy a house. Okay, well, you need a down payment. Okay, well, how much is the down payment? Well, you got to put down, at least 10% of the cost of the house, or you got to give us, a certain amount of your gas card. What? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me, people? The stuff that you got to do now to fill up your tank. Now that the funny is over, everybody's hey, what's funny about high gas prices? Nothing. Okay, nobody's actually doing. I'll take my 401k on pump 12. Nobody's actually doing that. Nobody's actually. Hey, we're closing on a loan, so I'm going to get a full tank of gas tomorrow. Nobody's actually doing that. Okay, so that was the funny part. Now the not so funny part. Okay, gas prices we know are based on supply and demand. Correct. And that's what everybody has in their head: supply and demand on the gas. So that's what drives the price, right? Well, sure, it does. And they're like, well, why are the gas companies, raising the prices so high? We're being told by the government that it's their fault. That they're refusing to make more so that they'll have less, and then they can charge more. It's not the case. It's not the case at all. There's two things that you got to have in order to pull oil out of the ground. You got to have a lease on the land, and then you have to have a drilling permit. You have to have both of those. Okay. Now you have a lot of leases and no drilling permits. It doesn't do you any good, does it? No, you can't drill until you have the permit. Now the permit process is totally broken in this country. It is wackadoo, and it takes a long time to get this. Now, they have also removed permits. They've removed leases from areas where the actual oil is located in the ground. Okay, they've said you can drill over here and over here and over here. Okay, well, there's no oil over here, over here, over here. It's over here. Well, you can't go over there. Like Alaska, for instance. Alaska is floating on a sea of petrochemicals, but they won't let anybody drill over there. I don't know why. So, we know why. We do know why. Okay, so these companies also need to have refineries to turn the oil into gasoline. Those companies are under attack saying you're not making enough gasoline. Well, they have to update their refineries. They have to rebuild a lot of their refineries that haven't been touched or updated since the freaking 60s and 70s. Now, does that cost money? Oh, yeah. It costs millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Now, would you, as the owner of a company, invest millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars into new equipment that will produce future profits that have not been seen yet, in a place where you've already been told by the reigning regime that you are on notice and that you are going to be put out of business, so you probably won't have customers in the future? No, of course you wouldn't. So they're being blamed at not producing more gas, but they're also being told that when you start producing all that gas, we're going to then pull the rug out from underneath you right about the time that you start making back all that investment money. So, boom, right? So, is it a two-way street? Of course it is. Of course it is. But it is policies that is stopping the production of oil, which would bring down the cost. But it's happening all over the world, aliens. Yes, it is happening all over the world. Yes, there is an increase in gas prices all over the world. Yes. But a significant portion of the increases here are directly a result of policy and not by the war and COVID and all of that. Is that affecting it? For sure, without question. We printed a whole bunch of money that had nothing to back it up, that was based on future money that nobody's earned yet. So, boom, right there we've got inflation, and that's going to be running rampant for a while. But we're going to blame that all on outside forces, even though we printed the money here, and everybody took the money and they cashed the checks, and nobody turned it down, right? Because why would you? Okay, I'm not blaming people for taking the money. I'm blaming the people for printing it and giving it out in the first place, okay? You don't blame a dog in the street for taking a treat, right? No, you don't. Just don't feed the dog and the dog will go away. Anyway, the point, that's... I'm just saying. Losing my train of thought here. Totally losing my train of thought. Anyway, folks, my point is this. So they say the gas prices are so high that the solution is that we're going to flip the switch and go into fully electric, which means that you're going to completely and utterly update the entire electrical system in the entire country because it is inadequate and cannot support such a wide range of usage. It in little pieces, yes, but not as a main source of transportation. So they want you to go get the electric car, which costs you at least $50,000 to go buy it, right? So you can't afford to fill your tank, but yet you somehow manage to get $50,000 to buy a electric car. But they go, aliens, though, they got all kinds of tax incentives. They're, the government's going to give money for you to buy that electric car. Okay, well, I'm minusing all that tax and all that money, the thousands of dollars you're going to give me, and I still can't afford the electric car. So I still can't buy the electric car. So you know who can afford the electric car? People who could afford the electric car without the tax incentives. And they're going to go buy the electric car. So now you can't afford an electric car, but you just helped somebody who could afford an electric car buy one. Right? Right. Okay, that's insane. Now, inflation, right? We want to bring down inflation. So the Fed goes, we're going to raise the interest rates. Why do we raise the interest rates? Well, we're going to combat inflation. I know everybody's like going crazy. Their head's about to explode. So you raise the prices to combat inflation? I don't understand, Alien Stone. Explain that. Okay, so they raise the interest rates, which is supposed to then squelch or slow down people getting loans and buying things, which would supposedly then start drying up the money and start bringing down inflation. So, you're being told to go out and buy a $50,000 electric car by the same people that are telling you we're going to charge you more money to get the loan to buy that electric car because we don't want you to buy it. What? We want you to buy it, but we don't want you to buy it. So when you do buy it, we're going to charge you extra to get the loan to get it. My head's going to explode, okay? And it's not because I don't understand it. It's because I see it and I understand it. Okay, like what the hell is wrong with this entire platform, this whole system, this whole concept? It's ridiculous. It's a giant circle, and it all came from printing free money. So what is the solution? Stop freaking spending. You have to stop spending. Quit coming up with all these bills to spend a whole bunch of money on social programs that don't work. Just back off and bring down this enormous deficit that you have managed to pile up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm okay at the moment. I'm okay at the moment. I was a lucky person, okay? I didn't own a business for my governor to shut down during the COVID. I also had a job that didn't shut down, and I was considered an essential employee, and I worked through the entire thing. Okay, so I got lucky in that aspect. A lot of people didn't. So they are in a much worse position going into this pile of crap than I am. So, anyway, me being in a better position, it's still a pile of crap, and there's some struggling going on. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine everybody else that didn't work through all of that or lost their business. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just rant, and I shouldn't, but I do, and I don't care. So anyway, folks, it is time for a short break of pausing the action for station identification, and we're going to bring you up to speed in the world of sports with our own prospect here on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the prospect.
How's it going, everyone? Prospect here, bringing the heat with a weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. They did it. They actually did it. Plagued by injuries to their star players and a lot of doubt cast on them if they could even do it to begin with, the Golden State Warriors have beat the Boston Celtics 103-90 in Game 6 to win the NBA championship for the fourth time in 8 years. To be called a dynasty in a sport is a huge feat, but for the Warriors it was a foregone conclusion. Entering Game 1 of the regular season, everyone knew this was a team to beat. Entering Game 1 of the postseason, the whispers never left. Even when facing, of all teams, the Celtics, a team that some said had the Warriors numbered to stop those dynasty hopes, they only gotten stronger. And the Steph Curry three-point dagger in the closing moments of the fourth quarter put the nail in the coffin of a Celtics team that was not only trying to win a championship for the first time since 2008, but a team that was chasing history themselves. See, a title for Boston would have given them a record of 18, which would have broken the tie they have with heavy rival Los Angeles Lakers. Curry, who was seen earlier in the series limping with a possible ankle sprain, and Klay Thompson, who was returning midway through the regular season from his injury, provided the spark that powered the Warriors through to the title and further cement the legacy that rivals teams like the Lakers, Knicks, and yes, even the Celtics themselves. After taking Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals, the Colorado Avalanche are not showing any signs of stopping at any time as they rolled over the Tampa Bay Lightning 7-0 in Game 2. The reigning, defending Stanley Cup champion Lightning didn't seem to live up to the expectations that was placed on them when they won last year after being blanked in the Cup Finals this year, and that is a cause for concern if they hope to repeat. The Avs defense came out in Game 2, stymieing any and all attempts of a comeback in the series. Now, the Avs blowing out the Lightning didn't come without a risk, as they will be heading to Tampa without Andrei Burakovsky, who was injured in Saturday's game in the hand. This injury follows Nazem Kadri, who's exited in Game 3 of the conference finals with a hurt thumb. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect, saying until next time, Prospect out.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer? Igor?
That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. Alien X Radio.
Resistance is futile.
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Here we go! Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
The house is now on fire.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I'm your host, Alien Stone from Alien X Radio, broadcasting directly into your Vajir holes. You can also check us out. We are broadcasting the video version of the broadcast on Facebook, on the Alien X Radio fan page. You can also find us on YouTube, the Alien X Radio YouTube channel, and we're on Twitch. That's right, you guessed it, the Alien X Radio Twitch channel. So you can go ahead and check that out. Please subscribe to those as well. But you can always tune in on alienxradio.com. We've got a fantastic player available there on the internet, as well as the TuneIn app. That always works really well. That's a good choice there. You can find all your favorite radio stations there. We're found on half a dozen other, at least minimum, different apps and different streaming services across the board. Anyway, folks, it is time now for a classic episode of Just a Few Questions. Just a Few Questions is a segment that airs during Inside the Mothership, which airs at 12 noon Eastern each Sunday on this fantastic radio station, where I come up with a very strange set of questions about a very strange set of circumstances that I put people in, and I make them figure their way out with some very, it's very odd. All right? So we're going back to 6/17/18. This one is called Racist Questions. Wow. The name doesn't fully say. This is annoying. Don't you hate when like screens cut off the end of what you're trying to read? It's so irritating. I have no idea what it's called without looking up the whole thing again. This is unbelievable. 18. We're going way back on this one, by the way. This is like the first year that we ever did these. 6/17. There it is. Wow, and it's not even showing there. I have to move the screen around. This is a long title, I guess. All right. Just a few questions. Racist questions and $1 million. Wow, all that just to get $1 million. Well, I would do just about anything for $1 million, I'm just saying. Anyway, folks, and here it is. Just a few questions on the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Finally.
Just a few questions.
Yes, it is time now for just a few questions.
I feel like it should be really dark in here, and there should be one light just facing on me.
Well, there's two of you here now, so two of you can answer the questions.
Like I'm in a hot room.
Yep.
Where were you the night of?
Just one bare ball right in your face.
Yes.
You can't see who's talking to you.
Nope.
You got a glass of water in front of you, but there's only like one sip
Right,
left,
exactly.
and you're not going to get any more.
No. You can just watch it dripping down.
Yeah.
Then it disappears.
It's all gone. See you later. So,
all right.
This week, I've got just a few questions for you.
Okay.
Question number 1. You're crossing the country in a covered wagon. After braving the weather, disease, and hunger, you are surrounded by a tribe of Indians. What do you do? A, try to talk your way out of the trouble in spite of the fact that you can't speak Apache. B, tell them that since it's now America, they will have to wait until bow season.
Oh, no.
C, try to buy your way out with cheap liquor and casino chips. Or D, ask them to change their logo because it's offensive.
I know what you're picking.
I'm going to go Dances with Wolves on it, and I'm going to go with number 1.
Number 1, you're going to try to talk your way out of it.
Try to talk my way out of it.
Despite the fact that you cannot speak
I cannot
Apache.
speak Apache, but I'm going to try and talk my way out of it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It might work.
And if that doesn't work, I'm going to ask them to change their logo because it's offensive.
It's offensive.
Very
In this
offensive.
day and age.
It's offensive.
It's defensive.
It's defensive.
It's defensive.
Okay. You better be defensive. You're surrounded by Indians.
Right?
Could be scalped. Or at least hit with a pitch.
Right.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Question number 2. During the World Frisbee Championships,
Oh, yes.
you were approached by the Italian mob who asked you to throw the game so that their athlete, Carmine Ragusa, who had given up dancing for his love of the sport, could win. How would you handle this? A, tell them no and take your chances on getting bumped off. B, take your Frisbee and go home. C, ask them if they're talking about the Carmine Ragusa from Laverne and Shirley. Or D, ask to be paid in spaghetti and meatballs.
I'm going with C because that was the first thing I was thinking of was Carmine Ragusa from Laverne and Shirley with his stupid blue satin coat.
Yeah.
Oh, Carmine.
He'd always just pop into the room, and before he leaves, he'd hit like some note, do a spin, and then out the room.
out, right. Yeah.
Like, all right, Carmine.
Uh-huh.
All right.
That's why you never had your own TV show.
That's right.
And that's why you've never done anything.
They didn't have the Carmine spinoff.
They did.
They didn't have Shirley Loves Carmine.
They didn't.
No.
Nope.
That's right.
Yep.
Chachi got all the tail.
It still does, too. It's so depressing.
I know, it does make sense. All right, so, question number 3.
Question number 3.
Last question. You have this one here is based off of a movie that you would have seen a long time ago. I just changed the rules slightly.
All right, got you.
You have one day in which to spend $1 million. $1 million. At the end of the day, you are not allowed to own anything, and you are not allowed to destroy or give away anything. So, there's 4 things here. What's the first thing you buy?
But I'm not allowed to own anything.
Right. You're not allowed to own anything. So what can you buy
that I don't own?
That you won't own at the end of the day?
Go get yourself a good meal.
It's a hell of a tip.
That's a hell of a tip.
I mean, you don't have to do the $1 million on it. It's just what's the like a big thing. Like remember in the movie we're talking about?
Right, I know.
He bought a stamp and then mailed it, so he didn't destroy it. The post office did.
Right.
See how sneaky that was?
That was sneaky.
Yeah.
That's a freaking good question, dude.
Yeah. It's the first thing you would buy.
I'm not allowed to own anything. I'm not allowed to destroy anything.
Correct.
Spend that $1 million on travel and go anywhere you want.
I'll buy a ticket around the world.
But can you go around the world in one day? Is that ticket going to be $1 million? See, while you're on that trip, you still have to spend the rest of that money. And at the end of the day, you can't own it.
First class ticket?
I don't know.
My thing is this: you would contract the world's top artists to carve you $1 million worth of ice sculptures.
But you can't own it.
There you go.
Oh.
And then it melts.
It's not being destroyed by me.
Oh.
It melts.
It's gonna melt.
It's gone. I don't own anything. That's a good one.
That's a good freaking question, man.
B, what would you hire somebody to do? You only got one day, dude.
This is just purge. Just this is like one thing. I would. Wow, man. I would hire somebody to carry my bass rig around.
There you go. You
That's
pay him
me.
You can pay. That's you. He's like, I get paid nothing right now. You're going to pay him probably $100,000 every 5 minutes.
For real.
Yep. That's a good one.
And they hand me my stuff.
I was thinking like hire somebody to be your personal security guard for the rest of the day.
Well, I'll probably need that too.
I'd just say
You'd hire a lot of people.
I'd hire a lot of people.
Yeah, and then just say it's a one-day job.
Right. I'd have
it pays $80,000.
I would have a security guard for that security guard, and a security guard for that security guard for that security guard.
Gotcha.
I'd
Gotta
be
make sure your
super
security is
safe,
secure.
dude. Right.
All right. So where would you travel? Because, like you had pointed out, you could spend money on travel. Doesn't cost anything to go traveling.
Vegas, baby.
So, yeah, might as well go to Vegas. Why not?
That, or I'd go to Egypt. I would like to see the pyramids. But more likely,
if you went to Vegas in C, then you could easily employ people to do a lot of things for you in B.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's where I would
Vegas.
get all my sculptures done.
Yes.
Your ice sculptures.
Ice sculptures, right.
We'll be at Caesar's Palace underneath the fountains.
Sweet. And finally, D. Who do you know that could spend it all on hookers and beer?
Oh.
Curveball. Who do you personally know that you think could spend it on hookers and beer?
I'm going to go with Jay from Dead by Design.
Jay from Dead by Design.
Yep.
Called out. And he's listening right now. He's like, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
You give me $1 million and we'll see.
I can see that happen.
Let's see.
We could probably make that happen.
Well, sir, that's been just a few questions this week.
I liked it.
You liked it?
I liked it.
That's good.
Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like.
It's the attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from outer space.
You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
All right, so you can kind of get an idea there of where we were going with just a few questions back in 2018. Let me just say that this whole thing, I mean, we gave it a Red Bull, okay? It got wings, and as you go along, you'll see. When we get into hour number 3, when we play the latest episode, you'll see how this thing has evolved. Anyway, I'm going to stick another tune into your Vajira holes before we end our first hour. And then, of course, start over again next hour. I think I'm going to reach back into that bag of music that I haven't had a chance to listen to yet. That's right. Do another musical roulette grab. Not my grab sack. It's my grab bag. Scarlet is the name of the artist, and Will is the name of the tune. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from outer space.
sell my soul today. Once again, it has to be this way, yeah. Now I'm hiding in the rain, and every single drop I taste reminds of just staring through my eyes. No place where the innocence dies. Yeah. Carried all these lies. You can hold every answer in. You can keep them there and let me disappear. Oh, I'm loving these demons with me. They all make me pretend I will be well again. Oh, I'm loving these demons with me. All that's left is to repent. These demons in me, they all make me pretend. Oh, I'm loving these demons in me. They all make me pretend. They all make me pretend.
On a Saturday bank. Boy, you said girl with you, yes, for one in the same.
I know it was just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe, and I know that I am not under alien control.
You're inside the mothership.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right. Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done?
Look at the turning wheel. The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water.
Dead in the water.
Beg for mercy and Under the Blade.
We live our lives under a blade.
Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Morning, bud. Hey, how you doing? You got that hot date with Sue tonight, huh? Yeah. Yeah, well, don't be doing any of this. What, scratching my head? Yeah, you don't want to know you got that dandruff. I don't have dandruff. Get out of here. Yeah, you do. Go on, scratch your head. What? Oh, man, look at these embarrassing flakes. Yeah, see, I told you. Go and shake your head. Like this? No, harder. Oh, man, yeah. There's so many. Okay, here, let's get them off of the table here. Put them in this bowl. What do I do? Why don't you try some of this? Milk? Uh-huh. Will that get rid of my dandruff? No, but it sure tastes good. No. Yeah. Try that. Hey, these are good. Head Flakes, new from Kellogg's. A nutritious part of this balanced breakfast. And because they're made of dry flesh, they stay crunchy, even in milk. Hey, slow down. Save some for me. Head Flakes from Kellogg's. Ask your doctor.
Employment, family, love, and relationships. What does your future hold for you? We'll call the only psychic line that employs real psychics. Not phonies. I mean people who really can see your future. The Intergalactic Psychic family has all the answers. They have a complete staff of intergalactic aliens who have psychic and telepathic powers. Put your mind at ease. Call today and receive an autographed picture of Bill Clinton shaking hands with Kronk, the Intergalactic Psychic Family's president. And remember, he's not only the ISF president, he's also a client. Call today at 1-900-935-5543. That's 1-900-935-5543. Just $35,000 for the first minute and your life savings each additional minute. So call today. That's 1-900-935-5543.
You got a raggedy old couch? Maybe you need some vinyl for that ripped up chair or card table. Well, come on down to Shady's Fabric. We've got everything you need. Even if you need some drapes to keep that dirty old man from next door looking in on you while you're banging your wife, we got that too. Maybe you have a sister-in-law that is so ugly that every time you see her, you go into epileptic seizures. Well, come on down to Shady's Fabric and we'll give you something to cover that up. That's right, Shady's Fabric. We got the best deals in town. And we also have a great cash and carry program. You carry in the cash, and then you can carry out the merchandise. Look us up on Facebook. That's Shady's Fabric. Just cover it up.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Report. We're in standard orbit, Captain. Good work, Mr. Tukok. What the hell are we doing in the 21st century? There's something we need to do. If I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. Don't mess around with the space-time continuum. Captain, I've located the signal. Put it on speaker.
You're tuned in to the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Well, that'll wake you up in the morning.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your vagir holes, it's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
All right, everybody, you've been beamed aboard. You're live and inside the mothership for hour number 2, the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I'm your host, Alien Stone. Broadcasting to you live from the other side of Planet Chaos here on Alien X Radio and onto Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, Jay Parker Radio, United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, the Western Reserve Digital Radio Network, and the IRN Internet Radio Network. And in syndication and replay around the world on stations like 920 WON The Apple, 24.7 The Stream, 97.1 KGSBFM Get Smashed Radio, WRFN 1025, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, United Sounds Choice Radio, Pridecore Radio, Pure Rock Radio, Good Talk Radio, Mile High Radio, and K89. Wherever it is that you're tuned, wherever it is that you're listening, give me a call live on the Alien X lines and 1313-444-8919. That's 1313-444-8919. Or Skype me at Alienstone1. That's Alienstone and the number 1. Don't spell it out. You would be wrong. For those of you just tuning in, you're late by about an hour. We get things underway at 9 a.m. Eastern here on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. But I know, you're in another time zone, right? That's why I have to say Eastern. Because for some reason, the world governments have decided to separate our times, and even though now is now, right? Like, if you were tuned in Australia, listening to me right now, your time zone is, like, you're on a different day, okay? It's ridiculous. Like, the time zone change to Australia is huge. I can't remember what it was. It's like 7 or 8 hours. I can't remember. Maybe it's longer. I don't know. I don't remember. But if you're listening live to me right now, here, it's 10:02 a.m., and it's still somehow, even though it's a different day and a different time where you're at, it's still somehow now. Whoa. Did I just blow your mind? It's still now. Now is now. It doesn't matter what your clock says. It doesn't matter what your calendar says. Now is still now. Got it? Get it? Got it good. All right. What was the point of that? There's no point. I don't have a point. I never have a point. Coming up on the show today, music, this hour, music for your Vajir holes, of course. We'll have a bad music flashback. We'll try to figure out some punchlines to do, sports update from the prospect, and an episode of Just a Few Questions. And this hour will be D-Unit's talent agency. That's right, D-Unit. I made him put together a very unique set of talented people. Yes. So stick around for that. Anyway, let's go ahead and shove that music directly into your Vajir holes right now with Magic Spell by Bottoms Up on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Was on the edge of breaking, started you were free.
And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
Face to face, another misery. One by one, another tragedy. Don't look now, you can see it coming. Hell does got the but we need that loving. Shame on me for feeling something. Danger right in front of my eyes. Looks so innocent and play the victim, but you've got no alibi. Your love is like murder. The way you kiss is like a heart attack. Yeah, your love is like murder. Love like murder. Back and forth, never letting go. All tied up, living horror show. I can't believe that we want this more. Every kiss is like going to war. Shame on me for feeling something. Danger right in front of my eyes. Look so innocent and play the victim, but you've got no alibi. Your love is like murder. The way you kiss is like a heart attack. Yeah, your love is like murder. The words you use are like a knife in the back. Your love is like a murder. Your love like murder. Your love like murder. Your love like murder. Don't look now, you can see it coming. Hell does got the but we need that loving. Can't believe that we want this more. Every kiss is like going to war. Shame on me for feeling something. Danger right in front of my eyes. Look so innocent and play the victim, but you've got no alibi. Your love is like murder. The way you kiss is like a heart attack. Yeah, your love is like murder. The words you use are like a knife in the back. Your love is like murder. Your love like murder. Your love like murder. Your love like murder.
Hello, this is Francesca from Mechanical Butterfly, and you're listening to Alien X Radio.
this week's Bad Movie Flashback.
No. Please. No.
Sorry to disturb you at this hour, but I have something you want. A new TV?
It broadcast programs no one had ever seen.
Wednesday at 9, don't miss an all-new episode of The Silencer of the Lambs.
Then one night, Roy and Helen Nabel got sucked in and discovered that hell is one TV show after another.
Let's welcome our new contestants, Roy and Helen Nabel.
And they're starring in every show.
I've watched enough wrestling to know one thing. It's all fake. No one ever gets...
Not fake. Not fake.
Now, they can't go home. They can only switch channels.
Where'd he go? Hey, lady, watch out!
And every series is a nightmare.
That's entertainment.
Because Satan is the sponsor.
Okay, everybody, head spins. Very good.
Don't miss this comedy from hell.
Party time! It's excellent!
That'll save her.
Nah!
Stay tuned.
Where have you been?
Mr. Spock, are you all right?
Yes, I believe no permanent damage was done.
What happened?
The occipital area of my head seems to have impacted with the arm of the chair.
No, Mr. Spock. I meant, what happened to us?
That we have yet to ascertain.
Lincoln died 3 centuries ago on a planet hundreds of light years away.
More that direction, engineer.
Thank heaven.
Mr. Scott, there was no deity involved. It was my cross-circuiting to be that recovered them.
How close will we come to the nearest Klingon outpost if we continue on our present course?
1 parsec, sir. Close enough to smell them.
That is illogical, Ensign. Odors cannot travel through the vacuum of space.
Opportunity? Now listen, Spock, you may be a wonderful science officer, but believe me, you couldn't sell fake patents to your mother.
I fail to understand why I should care to induce my mother to purchase falsified patents. Can you give me warp 8?
Aye, sir. And maybe a wee bit more. I'll sit on the warp engines myself and nurse them.
That position, Mr. Scott, would not only be unavailing, but also undignified.
I tell you better come on back down. Krakows, put the bag on your captain.
Why would he put a bag on our captain?
Kidnapped him, you dope.
You realize that the aim will, of course, be very crude.
I don't care if you hit the broadside of a barn. Just hurry, please.
Captain, why should I aim at such a structure?
Mind, Spock. Just get on with the job.
Hey, Leslie!
What is it, Jim?
I'm back on the liquor. And soon you will be too, bud.
Not a chance, Jim. I'm not drinking that.
Oh, yeah? Guess what? You fucking well are. Drink.
God help us all.
I know it was just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe. And I know that I am not under alien control.
You're inside the mothership.
Son of a bitch.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
How's it going, everyone? Prospect here, bringing the heat with a weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. They did it. They actually did it. Plagued by injuries to their star players and a lot of doubt cast on them if they could even do it to begin with, the Golden State Warriors have beat the Boston Celtics 103-90 in Game 6 to win the NBA championship for the fourth time in 8 years. To be called a dynasty in a sport is a huge feat, but for the Warriors it was a foregone conclusion. Entering Game 1 of the regular season, everyone knew this was a team to beat. Entering Game 1 of the postseason, the whispers never left. Even when facing, of all teams, the Celtics, a team that some said had the Warriors numbered to stop those dynasty hopes, they only gotten stronger. And the Steph Curry three-point dagger in the closing moments of the fourth quarter put the nail in the coffin of a Celtics team that was not only trying to win a championship for the first time since 2008, but a team that was chasing history themselves. See, a title for Boston would have given them a record of 18, which would have broken the tie they have with heavy rival Los Angeles Lakers. Curry, who was seen earlier in the series limping with a possible ankle sprain, and Klay Thompson, who was returning midway through the regular season from his injury, provided the spark that powered the Warriors through to the title and further cemented a legacy that rivals teams like the Lakers, Knicks, and yes, even the Celtics themselves. After taking Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals, the Colorado Avalanche are not showing any signs of stopping at any time as they rolled over the Tampa Bay Lightning 7-0 in Game 2. The reigning, defending Stanley Cup champion Lightning didn't seem to live up to the expectations that was placed on them when they won last year after being blanked in the Cup Finals this year, and that is a cause for concern if they hope to repeat. The Avs defense came out in Game 2, stymieing any and all attempts of a comeback in the series. Now, the Avs blowing out the Lightning didn't come without a risk, as they will be heading to Tampa without Andre Burakovsky, who was injured in Saturday's game in the hand. This injury follows Nazem Kadri, who was exited in Game 3 of the conference finals with a hurt thumb. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect, saying until next time, Prospect out.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing. Thanks, Igor. And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. Alien X Radio.
Resistance is futile. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vajir holes. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
All righty, folks. So once again, welcome back. Welcome back. We are now in the second half of the broadcast. I got you till 12 noon. That's right, folks. 12 noon Eastern. That's right. I got to say Eastern because your now, you think it's different than the now that I have. It's the same now. Now is now. Your clock is different. You've been lied to. All right, folks. You've been lied to, I say. Wow, man. Why is it every time you buy a mixing board, like it lasts like maybe a couple years and then all the channels start crackling? You gotta, it's ridiculous. Make a product that works forever, folks. Oh, that's right. There's no money in a product that works forever. Anyway, folks, it is time to give you a classic episode of Just a Few Questions. We do that in the bottom half of every hour. Going all the way back to, what is this, July? Okay, July 13th of 2020. D-Unit's Talent Agency is the name of this one. For those of you unfamiliar, Just a Few Questions is a segment during Inside the Mothership where I put people in very strange and unusual and inappropriate situations, and I make them squirm their way out through a series of question and answers. So here we go. D-Unit's Talent Agency is the name of this episode, and it's The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
To answer just a few questions.
All right, everybody. It's been a long time, with no internet at all.
None.
Here we are finally on the air once again, and I have a brand spanking new Just a Few Questions. Are you ready, sir?
Now, is it brand spanking new, or did you write them a few weeks ago when everything started crashing?
I actually, this one, I believe I started to write last week, and I immediately stopped when I saw the little yellow thing come up and say you didn't have internet. I was like,
all right, 10-4.
I'm going upstairs and going to take a nap. I'm not even going to get into it today.
All right, hit me.
So, here we go with Just a Few Questions.
Question number 1.
Question number 1. You have decided, after many years in the music industry, that you would like to help bring more music into the world and give upcoming bands a shot by becoming a talent agent. Your main goal is to sign as many great bands as possible, but you will not be limiting yourself to just bands. Solo artists, actors, clowns, jugglers, contortionists, musicians, and more. Today you will be looking at some new talent and deciding how you can work with them. Your first appointment is with an all-girl punk band. They're all in their 70s.
Oh, jeez.
They've decided to let you name the band if you take them as a client. What would you like to call this all-girl punk band of 70-year-old ladies? A, Not Your Granddaughter's Punk Band. B, The Hot Flashes. C, The Nursing Home Nymphos. D, Ethel's Titanium Hip. Or E, make up your own answer. And of course, there is a wild card.
I'm going to make up my own answer and call them the Grand Punk Railroad.
Oh! Oh, dude, that's awesome. The Grand Punk. Oh my God, dude. You're on the game today, dude. 'Cause I didn't think about that. I'm writing it down. I don't write stuff down. That's your job.
Oh.
And I wrote it down.
I failed.
Because that's good.
All right, there we go.
Grand Punk Railroad.
But what's the wild card answer?
The wild card answer that you did not choose. The Dry Crotch Dorothies and the Wizard of O-Face. No? That was no good?
No.
No.
It's
Grand Punk Railroad. That was great. Your bonus question. What will the stage set look like? A, a nursing home. B, a grandma-type style living room with plastic on the sofa. D, the set of the Golden Girls after a house party. Or D, a very aggressive sex dungeon with naked posters on the wall of Ernest Borgnine and Chuck Norris.
So C and D are pretty much the same then? Is that what we're saying?
Could B, yeah. A set of the Golden Girls after a house party. Could look like an aggressive sex dungeon with naked posters on the wall of Ernest Borgnine and Chuck Norris.
I'm going to go with C, man.
C. So, the Grand Punk Railroad, an all-girl punk band, all in their 70s, is going to be playing on a set that looks like the house party just finished at the set of the Golden Girls. That is awesome, dude. You win question number 1.
Winning!
And there is no winning, but you won.
It was good.
You won that one. That's awesome. That brings us to...
Question number 2.
Question number 2.
Question number 2.
You have signed a young, talented country band who has over 50 finished songs, but do not have a lead singer. You also have several solo artists and singers signed as well. You want to put together a complete band by matching a singer up with this band. At the same time, you want there to be a unique aspect to this band that will set them apart from all the other new bands. So here are a few of the song titles that this band has already written to give you an idea of who they are before you match up the singer. These are their songs. What Happened Last Night in Tulsa? She Told Me She Used to Be a Cowboy. After the Bar But Before the Clinic. Why Is My Taint Bruised? Asking for a Friend. And Hillbilly Karen Has a Baseball Bat. These are the songs, okay? Now, here are the singers and the artists that you have signed that you get to choose from to match them up, and this is going to be their singer, okay?
Oh, my goodness.
A, are you going to choose a Johnny Cash impersonator who performs naked with nipple clips and a shock collar controlled by a remote control that he passes around in the crowd during shows? B, a real-life Eric Cartman with a cowboy hat and a 50-foot satellite dish sticking out of his ass and only knowing the words to Come Sail Away by Styx? Yes. C, a 40-year-old South Korean lounge singer specializing in Frank Sinatra, Tom Jones, Tony Bennett, and Liza Minnelli songs? Or D, Don Dokken? And there's a wild card answer.
Man, I'm going with the wild card one on this one.
Wild card answer.
I'm going with the wild card answer.
This is the singer that you have chosen for this band.
I so want to say Don Dokken, though, you goddamn it.
A 73-year-old World War II veteran contortionist who juggles bowling balls, chainsaws, and flaming Barbie dolls while riding a unicycle dressed like Beetlejuice, singing Love and Affection by Matthew and Gunnar Nelson in Japanese. Mic dropped.
Booyah. I'm going to be ashamed to admit it, but I used to own that tape.
I got it someplace, yeah.
I can live another night on my own.
There was a couple good songs in there. But you know what? I got you beat. Because someplace in this basement, I have a piece of cardboard this big with their signatures on it.
Oh.
They were at a record store. Remember those? Record stores?
Yeah.
Anyway.
They're now record music stores.
Yeah.
As many records.
Right. So, bonus question time. The bonus question is, what will you name this band? A,
man.
Beans and Franks. B, Last Stand at the Not So Okay Corral. C, Brokeback Overpass. Or D, Nana's Methadone Posse. Beans and Franks. Last Stand at the Not So Okay Corral. Brokeback Overpass. Or Nana's Methadone Posse.
I'm going with Brokeback Overpass.
Brokeback Overpass.
That's pretty good.
That's good. So you have a you have a 73-year-old World War II veteran contortionist who juggles bowling balls, chainsaws, and flaming Barbie dolls while riding a unicycle dressed like Beetlejuice, singing Love and Affection by Matthew and Gunnar Nelson in Japanese in the band Brokeback Overpass. And the songs they're singing are songs like Why Is My Taint Bruised? Asking for a Friend.
Yep.
Great. I'm coming to the show. Can I get Ticketmaster?
No, e-ticket.
E-ticket. Gotcha.
Question number 3.
Question number 3.
Question try.
We'll try to answer the question. So, one of your clients has been making quite a buzz in their local area. Because they didn't jiggle the little thing and plug it back in. There we go. Now they're not making such a buzz. There, it's working out. You got them a gig at a major venue. This is the big time. You have been asked to put together a 3-band show, your headliner and 2 opening acts. The headliner is a boy band from a prison in Turkey called Shanks-a-Lot. Before we pair them up with the other bands, let's work on their outfits. Because dirty orange jumpsuits won't get it on tour. They need a theme, like the Village People. What will the theme be for this group? Remember, it's called Shanks-a-Lot. They're an all-boy band from a Turkish prison. Is your theme going to be school? So one is dressed like a professor, one like a lunch lady, a janitor, and a nerd. Will it be not-so-superheroes, Fart Man, the Drunken Soldier, the Fat Phantom, and Vagina Boy? C, will it be Antifa members? They'll be wearing all black hoodies and masks. They're not very talented, but feel as though they shouldn't have to practice to get any better, and they're demanding redistribution of the talent. Oh, yeah, and free college. And D, offensive product logos. Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, Chief Wahoo, and Miss Chiquita in drag. That's right, I did it. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? There's a wild card answer, too.
I'm going wild card for 1,000.
Just to be safe?
Just to be safe.
That's not always safe.
It's not always safe, but it's got to be better than that last one you said, so go with it.
So, what they're going to basically do is they're all going to dress up like the logo from a Canadian baseball team. Have you ever heard of this baseball team? They're called the London Rippers. Their logo is Jack the Ripper with a baseball bat.
For real?
For realsies.
That's terrible.
For realsies. So they're all dressed like Jack the Ripper with baseball bats now. To be safe. Your bonus question is, what 2 bands will you schedule with this band for the big show? A, the lovely Miss Crystal Meth and Tattoo... I knew I was going to mess this up. Or Tattoo by Forehead. B, the fat ass fast food junkies and the vegans. C, your only 2 heavy metal political bands, Manufactured Reality and the Architects of Deceit. Or D, the Protesticles and Left-Handed Karen.
I'm going to go with A.
A, the lovely Miss Crystal Meth and Tattoo by Forehead.
Yes.
They'll be opening up for... who's... Do we even have it? We don't have it. We just went with the offensive... Oh, who'd you go with? You went with the London Rippers. That's right, the London Rippers.
Yes.
Man, I messed that all up. You know what that means. It's time for lightning strikes. The lightning strikes are all kind of all over the place, random today. Okay, it's kind of still band related, I guess.
Okay.
Cosby and the Roofies or Cosby and the Knockouts?
Cosby and the Roofies.
It doesn't matter what the name is when you're face down and ass up on the floor. Smash a guitar on stage or not waste money?
Oh, smash a guitar on stage.
Can't waste money, gotta be frugal.
Oh, no, dude. It's all about the performance, cuz.
All right.
Come on.
Judges? All right. Judges will give it to you.
I mean, look at like the Catching on Fire of Jimi Hendrix and Paul's. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it can't be a good guitar. It's always got to be the low budget one. You play like one song and then you smash it. It's the $5 Kmart brand.
Yeah, I have seen a band do that where they were playing and the last song he puts down his bass and picks up this thing he looked like he got it at a garage sale.
Right.
It sounded like he got it at a garage sale.
Yep.
And then he smashed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. More entertaining, the Tiger King or a 73-year-old World War II veteran contortionist who juggles bowling balls, chainsaws, and flaming Barbie dolls while riding a unicycle dressed like Beetlejuice, singing Love and Affection by Matthew and Gunnar Nelson in Japanese.
Oh, it'd definitely be the second one.
Wrong. You have to see. You said it wrong. The answer is a 73-year-old. No, I'm just kidding. You're like, I can't say that. I can't say that.
No. You lost me at 73-year-old.
True or false?
False.
Something you didn't know that you didn't know until you didn't know it is now something you know that you don't know until you learn it.
Oh, dude, I don't even want you to repeat it, so I'm just going to guess and hope it's right. True.
Very good. Very good. Just because you know you don't know it doesn't mean you know it. You have to learn it to know it. Silly.
Oh, our Regiment once said.
That's right. So let's move on here.
fortune cookie.
Have you ever or never intentionally broke any instruments or equipment on stage?
On purpose?
Yep.
I have never. I have given away a bass.
Right.
On stage. I think it was at the John 5. Was that the John? I think it was at the John 5 show.
Dave, you've given away stuff.
Yeah.
But you just a second ago, you said, oh, we should always smash stuff on stage.
Well, you should.
Right. Next question.
I'm too cheap, though.
Have you ever or never unintentionally broke any instruments or equipment on stage?
I have damaged stuff on stage by accident. Got it fixed, but yeah.
For sure it happens.
Right before shows, man. That sucks.
Now,
that's why I'm the Boy Scout in the band. That's why I always got backups of backups, bro. Seriously. Ask everybody.
You should. You should have a couple.
Gee, I lost this cable. I got one. Hold on a second.
Yeah, you should have that.
Then I don't everything
think I
get it back.
Because you're there, man. The show must go on.
Show must go on.
No matter what happens. So, since the show must go on, you're picking all these. You're this talent agent, right? So
Right.
you have to pick out the best band names here.
All right.
Ready?
Hit me.
Haggard Old Wench or Myrtle and the Stretch Marks?
Haggard Old Wench.
Very good. I like that one. The Panty Raid Pirate Kings or Corner Office Casino?
Pirate Kings.
They would have a very limited audience. Be just. I don't like that one.
I don't know. Corner Office sounds kind of like
the Corner Office Casino.
No.
All right, I'll get you. There's no right or wrong answer. Just if you agree with me. Dirk Dentley and his dastardly dog Dave, or Scab Tab?
I'm like, this is nasty. So I'm going with Dirk Dentler.
Exactly, because scabs are nasty.
Nasty. Now that's nasty.
It's nasty. So nasty. Dynamite Sally or Ticking Backpack?
I'm gonna go with Dynamite Sally.
Me too. That sounds cool. Actually, I'd like to see that on a.
However, Ticking Backpack could be like a good sub, like a good tribute band version for them.
I was thinking maybe even like their album or one of their songs.
There you go.
That'd be kind of cool too. How about this one? Country Harvest or Picking Bitches?
Oh, Picking Bitches.
Actually, I'm going to give that to you too because this is the real answer. It's depending on the spelling of country and if it's one word or two.
Oh.
Country and picking, get it? Country Harvest, Picking Bitches. Oh, get it now? That was dangerously close to FCC no-nos. Dangerously close. We gotta hurry up, we're almost out of time. Stage show upgrades. Have Gallagher smash food with a Sludge-O-Matic during the set and pass out ponchos with the band name on it. Or you get to pick one of these. Or an ice ring where the band can skate while performing like in the Ice Capades. Or add a $10,000 pyrotechnic and laser light show, or have a mythical monster walk around on stage interacting with the crowd.
Oh, definitely mythical monster.
Absolutely, that's how you do it.
That's how it's done.
That's absolutely how you do it. And that has been Just a Few Questions. Yes, that has been Just a Few Questions, and even though they've been answered, most people walk away with more questions than they had when they got here. Yep. Like, what is wrong with you, Alien Stone? Generally, that is something that goes on. I think Country Harvest was pretty cool. Country Harvest or Picking Bitches. That's depending on the spelling and whether it's one word or two. Country, that is. And... folks, we are almost out of time for hour number 2. We got 1 hour left of this insane thing we call the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. We've got like one more update from The Prospect, another bad movie flashback, more music for your Vajir holes, and of course, the brand spanking new episode of Just a Few Questions coming up in the second half of hour number 2. Interplanetary Party Poopers. That is the name of the newest episode, so stick around for that. Also, bands, if you want to submit your music to be played on the radio station or on the show, it's real easy to do that. Just attach an MP3 or a credible download link that does not require me to join something, and send it on over to newmusic@alienxradio.com. That's newmusic@alienxradio.com. Again, that's MP3s. Please make sure that the name of the band and the name of the song is included in the file name of the MP3. I will listen to said music, and we accept all genres of music. The only genre we do not accept is music that blows. If your music blows, then by all means, don't submit it to the station, okay? Because it's going to get rejected. It'll get put into the These Songs Blow folder, and that just kind of sits there for a little while, and then I empty it every once in a while. But if your music was recorded somewhat decently and does not blow, I will be happy to feature the music. In fact, quite often, I do it without even checking out the music first, and then the music blows live on air, and that's not good. But if your music blows live on the air, well, at least have fun with it with lots of sound effects and things over top of it. You know what I mean? Good. If your music doesn't blow, you'll hear it again and again and again, possibly even in rotation on the station, and I might even share it with some of my affiliate stations and get it played around the freaking world. So again, bands, submit your MP3s to newmusic@alienxradio.com. That's newmusic@alienxradio.com. Taking a short break and pausing the action for station identification, and we'll be back with hour number 3 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space right after this.
I like turtles.
Are you all right, sir?
Fine. How have you been?
Fine, sir. It's a good thing you were wearing that helmet. What shall we do now, sir?
Well, why don't we take a 5-minute break?
Very good, sir.
Smoke if you got 'em.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend? Igor's Lube. I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out? Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube. I got dry, flaky elbows. Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
So you're tired. You work and work. Your job is not secure, and the pay sucks. You've got student loans, credit card debts, nagging relatives, and so on. In short, you're burned out, stressed, exhausted. But you know what? Celebrities have it even worse. They have similar problems, except for the working hard part. Plus, many have millions of dollars. So when you think you're tired, you have no idea what you're talking about. Celebrity problems are more important than yours because they're famous. So the next time you hear about one of our beloved celebrities checking into a $10,000 a day clinic in Beverly Hills for exhaustion, don't throw down your hard hat or slam down the want ads in murderous rage. Just sit there in your crappy little apartment you can barely afford and think of ways that you might be able to help that poor, ever so exhausted, spends more on one outfit than you make in a decade celebrity. This has been a public service announcement about celebrity exhaustion.
Hey kids, want to learn how to be a real rock star? Play the Bryan Adams Game of Rock and Roll by Malcolm Badley. Pick a card. You write wimpy ballads for major motion pictures and lose credibility with your rock audience. Go back 10 spaces. Pick another card. You get Grammy nominations for the same wimpy song. Move up 5 spaces. Uh-oh, the camera does a close-up during your latest video shoot showing your pockmarked acne face. Go back 3 spaces. The Bryan Adams Game of Rock and Roll. Count the number of pretentious rock star interjections in the Bryan Adams songs. Whoever counts the most wins. Play the Bryan Adams Game of Rock and Roll, a board game for bored people.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done? Look at the turning wheel.
The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water. Dead in the water. Beg for mercy and Under the Blade. We live our lives under a blade. Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Feel Good Firing's the place to call when you really want to make yourself feel big by firing somebody. We provide you with an unsuspecting loser who you can hire, then turn around and fire. But Feel Good Firing services go beyond just satisfying your little hissy fits. We'll give you someone you can pin the blame on the next time you spend the whole company payroll on hookers and blow. So when you screw up, don't take the blame. Just pass the buck. Call Feel Good Firings and we'll take the blame, the shame, and the indictments away.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Come in. Here's your morning briefing, sir. You forgot my toilet tweet. Don't you remember? You're not allowed to tweet anymore, sir. I forgot. It's okay, sir. That's why I'm here. I hate Mondays. Not much to do when you're in the office of the former president. Well, you could always listen to the radio, sir. That's different. What's on? Oh, I don't know. Would you like me to turn it on? Why not? Got nothing better to do.
It's the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Oh, Ditzy. Call these guys up. See if they want to interview me. It'll be huge.
Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
Please sit down. Frankly, this radio person is the whole problem. Are we going to allow this guy to be heard by anyone who can turn a dial? Please, one at a time.
That's right. If you could turn a dial, then you can tune me in. A dial. Like anybody has a freaking dial anymore. You can click a mouse. You can drag and drop. You know what I'm saying? Turn a dial. What are you listening on? And what decade are you listening to it on? In. Yeah, that's what I mean. Man, I was talking with some friends the other day about just things that just don't exist anymore, you know, just things that we used to have and we thought was so awesome, and one of them would be like 8-tracks, knobs on televisions. Remember when you had to get up and walk across the freaking room? This was crazy. This was insane. I know most people can't comprehend such a thing, but we used to have to get up off of our asses and walk across the room, put our hands on a dial, and change the station. Yeah. And if you wanted to go like from one station all the way over to the other station, you go, instead of going click, 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 you'd run over there and go really fast, and then your dad would come running in the room and go, "Stop turning that damn knob so fast, you're going to break it off the TV." And then what are we going to do? Well, what we always did. we would always go get the old black and white TV and set it on top of the expensive color TV that isn't working, and we would watch that while we waited for a repairman. Why did we wait for a repairman? Because my dad tried to fix it once already. He touched the wrong thing with a screwdriver, and it put him on his ass. Zap! Yeah. Next thing you know, there was a guy there with an official Zenith truck. That's what I'm saying. How did we get onto all that? I have no idea. I just run with things, don't I? I just talk and let the verbal diarrhea pour out. You know what I mean? At least I know what I'm saying. At least I know what I'm saying. I'm not just making it up. I'm not reading off the teleprompter. Taking any shots on anybody with that, am I? No. Anyway, coming up on this hour, we've got the brand spanking new episode of Just a Few Questions. We got a sports update with the prospect. We got music for your Vajir holes. Another bad movie flashback. So, with all of that being said and all of that coming up, I think it's time to go ahead and get things underway. So, let's see, what folder of music are we going to look in at this time? Top tracks or today music? Or let's go to some of the most recently downloaded songs. And I'm going to play this because this is in my boy Mad Martin, Sir Mad Martin of UG Media. He's also one of the co-hosts of Inside the Mothership. He told me he told everybody a great story during the punchlines yesterday. It was about an elephant who went crazy and attacked a woman and killed her. And when she was at the funeral, when they were at the funeral, somehow this elephant got to where the funeral was and broke in again and attacked her dead body. Grabbed it out of the coffin, threw it on the ground. I don't know what this bitch did, but she pissed off this elephant. And it made me think of this song. It's called Change, is the name of the song. Don't know why I thought of the song, because I should have thought of the band. The band's called Hunted by Elephants. It seemed appropriate. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Cashed out when they kids, when you're not watching my show, The Sigurdsson Show Presents, you should be listening to Alien X Radio. That's where I'm at right now, out in space somewhere.
Alien X Radio.
All alone, but you're still here. Your sweet smell hangs in the air. Pictures remind me of the love we shared. The door just closed, and no more tears. All that's left are lonely years. I can't live without the love we share. It's all about you. It's all about Mary, Mary. Life seems pretty scary when I'm without you. It's all about you. It's all about Mary, Mary. Life seems pretty scary when I'm without you. Yes, it's true. Taking frames off the wall, memories fade and houses fall. Trying to live without the love we share. It's all about you. It's all about Mary, Mary. Life seems pretty scary when I'm without you. It's all about you. It's all about Mary, Mary. Life seems pretty scary without you.
Hi, this is Jamie from Rain, and you are listening to Alien X Radio.
With
this week's Bad Movie Flashback.
No. Please. No.
Val and Earl decided to leave town.
Hey, hold up. That's Edgar Deems.
They just picked the wrong day to do it.
Jeez. You guys better get the hell out of here. There's a killer on the loose. Who could be doing it? Is that a snake?
I'll give you boys $5 for this.
How could they eat a whole station wagon?
But where do they come from? I vote for outer space. No way these are local boys.
You see, they're headed right for us.
No Richter scale can measure it.
They're coming!
No scientist can explain it.
Bert, they're under the ground.
You didn't get penetration even with the elephant gun.
Run!
And no one knows what to call it.
Megaworms or suckers or suckoids.
Now, this valley is just one long smorgasbord.
Now, it's up to Val and Earl to save the world.
That's one big mother.
Who died and made you Einstein?
And they know just what to do. Flip for it.
Damn.
Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, Tremors.
Got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8990. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Come on. Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. For those of you that were listening in on Facebook during that Secondhand Mojo song, I do apologize to you guys, but apparently Facebook bumped me again, which means that more than likely it's a copyright issue with the song. So, that being said, if you want to check out Secondhand Mojo, I suggest you check them out on Facebook. I know they're on Facebook because I linked them at the end of that video. So where it shows that you can go ahead and link that and go check out the band. Check out their whole genre, their entire catalog of music. While you're at it, look for Sweet Crystal as well. There's a whole thing between those two bands. Investigate, figure it out. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, folks, you know, I just want to say, the FCC, which has no jurisdiction at all on internet radio stations, has none. It's only on broadcast. Because it can go into your house without you choosing it to be there. That was their excuse. But anyway, the FCC will issue tickets and fines and even take away licenses from radio stations for, you know, going against their policies and their rules and their regulations. But generally, if someone was to swear or do things that they're not supposed to do on the air, nothing will come of it unless a listener complains. Usually when a listener complains, that's when the FCC acts upon it. The FCC was not out there patrolling the broadcast waves looking for tickets to write, you know, kind of like a traffic officer would. You'd be out there driving around looking for somebody who's speeding, looking for somebody who doesn't use their turn signal, looking for somebody who runs a stop sign so they can write tickets. Okay, they didn't do that. They only act upon when people complain. So a lot of stuff went under the radar. Why? Because a lot of people don't really care if you drop in an F-bomb on accident here and there. They're not going to complain. But Karen will call in, and next thing you know, there's a big fine that the radio station has. So they have to follow these rules. On the internet radio stations, there is no such rule. Okay? They cannot write me a fine, they write me a ticket. They cannot fine me. They cannot remove my license. Okay? Which means that I'm not being policed. Apparently, I am not being policed by the FCC. Because here when we're broadcasting on the internet, on my internet radio station, alienxradio.com, it is not being policed by anyone. You can listen to it and you get the full broadcast the way I send it out there. Nobody polices it. Nobody edits it. Nobody checks it. They leave it alone. Why? Because it's just sitting there. And I'm not making huge money on it. No, it's running, okay? But I'm also broadcasting on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Now, Facebook is the one I'm talking about right now. For those of you who were watching the video earlier, we got bumped during that song because of the copyright issue. Now, the copyright issue is being policed, obviously, by Facebook. Why? Why does Facebook feel the need to police what I am broadcasting when the FCC doesn't feel the need? And I'm sure the radio stations aren't checking to make sure. Like right now, I'm seeing it's locking up again. Now, that could be just my phone getting a bad connection, which is probably the case. But it looks like it's locking up again. Facebook and I have a bit of a relationship that's not all that great. Okay? That's all I can tell you. Because, they got it all locked up on me again. So, whatever, Yep. It's just, it's jumping from screen to screen to screen. But anyway, it's like they don't have any interest in policing this, right? But yet, here they are policing it. And they're bumping me. And they're checking me out with their algorithms and their AI. And there's two ways that they attack my videos. There's two ways. In this particular instance, I believe they're right. Okay, that there was a copyright on the song because they actually bumped me off the air live. That is generally because there's an exact match of the song that's playing to a copywritten song, and I am not that person that holds the copyright, so it bumps me off the air. That's probably what exactly happened. Now, the other way that they attack my videos, which, by the way, like I said, there's no reason for them to bump me off the air like that because the band gave me the song to play, right? So you've even asked the band, but, it all is data. There's no people to talk to. There's no way to communicate with Facebook. There's absolutely no way to refute, argue, or discuss the situation with anybody because it's all being handled by algorithms and AI. There's no people there, okay? Anyway, where was I going with this again? Oh, yes. So they bump us off the air, so I had to come back on. So we have a brand new broadcast on Facebook. Now, why are they policing this? I have no idea why they would be policing this. Am I don't understand. Am I taking money out of the pockets of somebody in some way? I just don't understand. Am I selling something, a product that somebody else produced in some way? I am not. I am not. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to take a short break, pausing the action for station identification, bring you up to speed in the world of sports with the Prospect, and we'll be back with the brand spanking this new episode of Just a Few Questions right here on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
How's it going, everyone? Prospect here, bringing the heat with a weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. They did it. They actually did it. Plagued by injuries to their star players and a lot of doubt cast on them if they could even do it to begin with, the Golden State Warriors have beat the Boston Celtics 103-90 in Game 6 to win the NBA championship for the fourth time in 8 years. To be called a dynasty in a sport is a huge feat, but for the Warriors it was a foregone conclusion. Entering Game 1 of the regular season, everyone knew this was a team to beat. Entering Game 1 of the postseason, the whispers never left. Even when facing, of all teams, the Celtics, A team that some said had the Warriors numbered to stop those dynasty hopes, they only gotten stronger. And the Steph Curry three-point dagger in the closing moments of the fourth quarter put the nail in the coffin of a Celtics team that was not only trying to win a championship for the first time since 2008, but a team that was chasing history themselves. See, a title for Boston would have given them a record of 18, which would have broken the tie they have with heavy rival Los Angeles Lakers. Curry, who was seen earlier in the series limping with a possible ankle sprain, and Klay Thompson, who was returning midway through the regular season from his injury, provided the spark that powered the Warriors through to the title and further cement a legacy that rivals teams like the Lakers, Knicks, and yes, even the Celtics themselves. After taking Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals, the Colorado Avalanche are not showing any signs of stopping at any time as they rolled over the Tampa Bay Lightning 7-0 in Game 2. The reigning, defending Stanley Cup champion Lightning didn't seem to live up to the expectations that was placed on them when they won last year after being blanked in the Cup Finals this year, and that is a cause for concern if they hope to repeat. The Avs defense came out in Game 2, stymieing any and all attempts of a comeback in the series. Now, the Avs blowing out the Lightning didn't come without a risk, as they will be heading to Tampa without Andre Burakovsky, who was injured in Saturday's game in the hand. This injury follows Nazem Kadri, who was exited in Game 3 of the conference finals with a hurt thumb. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect, saying until next time, Prospect out.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. Alien X Radio.
Resistance is futile.
It's time to answer just a few questions.
That's right, folks. It is that time. It is time to answer just a few questions. As always, this portion of the show is being brought to you by Igor's Empire and his family of products. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook and at www.igorslube.com. I'm sure you're all familiar with Igor's Lube and all of his famous flavors like cherry, mint, and salmon. But why not put together a collection box of all of his specialty lubes like Sea Beast, squid-flavored lube with added sea salt, for extra grit. What about Dog Pie, hot dog water and heavy whipping cream flavored lube? Or what about flavor changing lube? Maybe you want it to change as it heats up. It goes from cherry to mint to salmon as it gets warmer. That is Igor's Lube at igorslube.com.
That sounds absolutely disgusting.
Absolutely. Okay. These all can also be used to keep from getting pregnant because no one will want to do it after this. So, folks, that brings us to just a few questions. Now, this is going to be a little annoying for me today because I ran out of printer paper.
Uh-oh.
Yes. So I couldn't print it out, so I had to keep switching to the screen so I can read it off the screen, and it's going to annoy me. So we're going to get things underway.
Question number one.
Question number one. It's Sunday, and it's time for your favorite internet radio show. you open up your listening device and tune into Alien X Radio for today's episode of Inside the Mothership. But as you listen, you learn that there will not be a show today. In its place, you hear a repeating message broadcasting from the neutral zone. Breaking news. Alien X Radio's mothership captain, Alienstone, has been arrested in the neutral zone earlier today on suspicion of displaying a sense of humor. Alien species in the area had called for concern when transmissions containing laughter were heard broadcasting from the space vessel. Alienstone, who resides on the other side of Planet Chaos, has been charged with several counts of being funny, several counts of sarcasm, and being a smartass. Humor, parody, fun, and laughter have been outlawed in the neutral zone for decades. The mothership has been impounded by the Intergalactic Customs Authority as a further inspection found thousands of gallons of clear slippery fluid displaying a picture of renowned lube tycoon and wanted supervillain Igor in its cargo hold. Several items were allegedly signed by Terry Crews, which later determined to be counterfeit and forgeries. Because the authorities don't have to verify signatures, just like in elections. He was seen being dragged away shouting, "I have rights! You can't do this to me! I'm a comedian!" Bail is unlikely, and he is being detained until he can answer just a few questions. What kind of prison do you think they would hold Alienstone in while he awaits his trial? So he's awaiting trial. So what kind of a prison are they going to hold Alienstone in while we await trial? A Turkish prison, although being extradited from the neutral zone to Earth could cause a mistrial, as comedy is still legal on Earth. For now, anyway. B, the Phantom Zone from Superman. It's on the internet, so it must be real. C, a padded cell with a straitjacket. No, wait. Due to political correctness verbiage requirements, you can't say straight. It could be taken as a sexual orientation or preference. That would be against the neutral zone's anti-offensive language and social labeling laws. So, a resistant jacket. Or D, the used fluid room of hell, which just so happens to be located in the neutral zone between Limbo and a Starbucks. There's a wild card answer, and which would you like to choose, sir? Where is Alienstone going to be put in prison while he waits trial?
You see, I like the used fluid room. we
As an
know
answer.
that one very, very well. I'm going to go with the wild card.
All right, so the wild card answer is: in a blessed room with demon warning symbols painted on the walls with chicken blood and surrounded by chanting monks in togas while burning sage.
Wow.
Essentially, I'm the golden child.
I want the knife.
All right, so that brings us to
Question number two.
Question number two. I can't believe I'm sitting there. All right. Now the trial has been set. This is going to be difficult as Alienstone will be tried in the neutral zone. The judge and jury are also all from the neutral zone. This means that none of them have any concept of humor. All comedy, parody, and humor has been outlawed for decades. They don't know what humor is. You have been assigned to Alienstone as his court-appointed lawyer. Alienstone's future, the show, and the radio station's future is on the line. If he is found to be guilty, it could have massive repercussions across the galaxy. Planet Earth is already on the edge. So not only are you defending Alienstone, the mothership, and Alien X Radio, you're also defending the future of comedy, parody, and the pursuit of laughter. You will sit down with Alienstone and go over some of the questions he may be asked by the prosecution. Here are some questions How do you think Alien Stope might answer these questions? Number 1. Have you ever talked about slicing open a fat woman and crawling inside her to keep alive during a snowstorm? Would he say A, yes, B, no, that was Han Solo and Luke Skywalker, or C, it was just a skit and she was already dead?
It's going to have to be C.
C, it's going to have to. Remember, you could always make up your own answers, too. You could always do that. You can mix and match, do whatever you want. But yes, it was just a skit. She was already dead. It wasn't like I killed her by slicing her open, right? And it was cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside. Number 2. Have you ever told a story about a naked old Civil War soldier having sex with a pumpkin on a porch next to a pile of car keys and a large assortment of chainsaws? Would it be...
Wow, I remember that one.
Would it be A, yes? B, I plead the fifth, so I'm not to incriminate myself. Or C, that was a hillbilly swingers party and I got lucky.
C. Definitely C.
You're gonna go with C. All right. Hillbilly swinger party. Got lucky. Got lucky that it wasn't Grandpa.
Oh, Grandpa Pumpkin.
Grandpa and the Pumpkin. That sounds like a cool video game. Not. Number 3. Do you know or are you acquainted with any of the following people? Ron Jeremy, Jeffrey Epstein, Hillary Clinton, Hitler, Hitler's barber, or Joe Biden? A, did he say sure? 2 perverts, 2 dictators, and all of the above. Wait a minute, what is that? No, sure. 2 perverts, 2 dictators, and all of the above, and a guy who cuts hair in Germany. I think the all of the above isn't supposed to be there. I'm supposed to say, sure, it's 2 perverts, 2 dictators, and a guy who cuts hair in Germany.
Yes.
Wow. Why did I put that in there? That's not even supposed to be there. All right. B, they're all Pelosians from the planet Pelosi. Or C, I think so. Aren't they all supervillains on Smallville?
Definitely C.
C, aren't they all supervillains on Smallville? Yes. Okay. Number 4. Have you ever made fun of... Remember, they're asking me this. Have you ever made fun of white people, black people, Latinos, Asians, Native Americans, gay people, transgender people, midgets, fat people, drug-addicted nuns, sea monsters, Bigfoot, Rosie O'Donnell, Elvis impersonators, Don Dokken, Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, Santa Claus, COVID-19, social media, and space shuttle disasters, liberals, Jesus, and time-traveling Elvis fighting zombies in Las Vegas? My answer might be maybe. Made fun of or made fun with? B, I would have to check my notes, but I'm thinking yes. Or C, you left out so much. There's also a wild card answer on that one.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, it's definitely C, but I'm curious of what the wild card answer is.
Okay, so you left out so much is the correct answer, but the wild card answer you didn't choose was, I have never made fun of drug-addicted nuns, but duly noted.
Tune in next week.
That's right. For just a few questions, the heroin and the church episode. Black and white heroin. All right, number 3. Oh, wait. I got to do this part here. Yeah.
Question number 3.
Question number 3. The prosecution has rested. Now, you will offer a defense for Alien Stone's charges. Your first submission into evidence are dictionary definitions of words unfamiliar to the Pelosians and the laughless neutral zone. What's the definition of the following words? First one is comedy. Is it A, a professional entertainment consisting of jokes and satirical sketches intended to make an audience laugh? Would it be B, a movie, play, or broadcast program intended to make an audience laugh. Or C, the style or genre presented by comedy films, plays, and broadcast programs.
It's going to be A, isn't it?
It is A. It's also B and C. So all three of those.
Oh, okay. All of the above.
Because comedy is something that you do. Comedy is something that is. Yeah. So it's all three of those. So you just gave them the definition. So now they finally figured out what comedy is. They don't know what it is until you just told them. So now, number 2, the definition of the word joke. A, a thing that someone says to cause amusement or laughter, especially a story with a funny punchline. B, an insult or put down intended to offend. Or C, a way to racially profile and segregate groups.
Well, officially it's A.
We're going with A on that one.
Yeah.
That's A. It might do B and C, but that's up to the person that's being offended. Right? It's up to them to be offended. They can laugh or they can get pissed. It's up to them. Next one is skit. The word skit. A, a small piece of poop that accidentally pops out during a quiet fart. B, a short comedy sketch or a piece of humorous writing, especially a parody. Or C, a mint left on your pillow at the Amber Heard Hotel.
Funny smart ass answer is A and C, officially B.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Number 4, you give the definition of the word entertainment. A, the action of providing or being provided with amusement or enjoyment. B, an event, performance, or activity designed to entertain others. Or C, the view.
Well, entertainment is definitely not the view.
No. That's the definition of propaganda.
The definition of something.
Yeah. That is one pile of shit. Is it A or B? Or is it A and B?
I think it's A and B.
It is A and B, exactly. Because entertainment is something you can do, and it's also something that can just be. You can entertain somebody, and someone could be looking at something that's called entertainment. So yes, absolutely. After reading these words and their definitions, you then enter into evidence all of the recorded episodes of Just a Few Questions from Inside the Mothership on Alien X Radio. Now aware of the concept of comedy, jokes, skits, and entertainment, the court has listened to the evidence and is ready to render a verdict. What was the ruling, sir? Was it A, guilty of racism and abuse of offensive language? Or B, not guilty by reason of insanity?
It's gonna have to be B.
Gonna have to be B. Gonna have to be B. Yes, okay. The neutral zone has now abolished all of the anti-comedy laws and become one of the funniest places in the universe. All species have adopted comedy with the exception of the people of the planet of Pelosi. They have refused to join us, so their planet will be turned into a prison for anti-comedy criminals. What's the name of the prison planet? What are you going to name the prison planet? I have a name, but what would you like to call the Pelosian prison planet where people go, they have no sense of humor?
Oh, I got to make one up now, have I? Oh, screw.
Yup.
Now you got me thinking.
That's what Just a Few Questions does.
I know, right? What we're going to call it? I don't know. It's going to have to be somewhat dull and boring.
The planet of Pelosia. Which treat it like Australia. We just send all the prisoners there now.
Yeah. You know what? You've got my gasp is flabbered. I don't know.
All right, well, I'm going to call it the Pelosian Interplanetary Penitentiary for Party Poopers. The Pelosian Interplanetary Penitentiary for Party Poopers. That's what it's called. And that brings us to Lightning Strikes. Number 1, the word midget. Is it more offensive to short people or elves?
Your answer? Elves.
Elves. Short people don't care. They don't care.
I mean, I'm not exactly 7 foot tall. I'm like 5 foot something.
All I gotta
I'm
say,
not exactly tall myself.
If I was a midget or what you call a short person or a little person, and you called me a little person, I would actually be more offended than if you called me midget. I would rather you call me midget than a little person. A little person? Really? I'll kill you from the knees down.
Bite your ankles.
Number 2, the word ferry. More offensive to sprites or passenger boats?
Can passenger boats get offended?
That's a question. That's not an answer.
I know. It's fair. It's going to have to be fairies, isn't it?
Sprites. A sprite is offense for being called a fairy. That's right.
Yes, right. Yeah, sorry.
Right, because again, they get confused about that and they think that you're calling them a gay person. And it's like, no, fool. All right, number 3. When making fun of fat people, what would be better material? A, how much money they have. B, their hair. Or C, the ability to slice them open and crawl inside to stay alive during a snowstorm.
It's going to be the last one, isn't it?
Yeah. I never heard anybody say it. My friend is so fat, he's got lots of money. Huh? Yeah, I remember that one. Number 5. I think, no, we're on number 4. Right? Yeah, number 4. According to the rules of evidence, if someone has a picture of their baby taking a bath on their phone and shows it to you, it's just cute. But if they send it to you and it's now on your phone, what is it called? A, perfectly fine. B, a bit creepy. Or C, a crime.
Oh, wow.
You have a videotape of somebody else's baby naked on your phone.
Yeah, and that's going to be a crime, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's bloody lots of reasons why I know that.
Yeah. I actually stole that one.
Not incriminating me, of course.
I'm gonna to come clean here. I stole that from Big Bang Theory. They were doing that. It was hilarious. It's I'm showing you a picture of my baby, and they're like, nope, on your phone it's cute. On mine it's a crime. So that brings us to number 5. See, going back and forth on this page is killing me. See, now I gotta go back over here to do this. You must decide! Old people's dentures falling out while yelling at someone. Funny, yes or no?
Oh, yes.
For sure. I want you kids to get off the... Oh, no. So funny. All right, bringing us to number 6. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Correct. Number 7. Why did the chicken cross the road? A, he thought he saw a chicken strip club across the street, but it turns out it was just a KFC advertising a new chicken strip club combo. Or B, the other chickens on the side of the road all self-identified as genderless, non-fertilized egg-producing entities, and he just wanted to be a chicken. Or C, both are comedy and not permitted in the neutral zone.
C, definitely C.
C and B, actually. We're going to go with B.
I just want to be a chicken, man. I'm not a genderless, non-fertilized, egg-producing entity. What the hell?
Number 8. A priest, a rabbi, and a zombie, Elvis, walk into a bar. A, you would think one of them would have seen it. B, they all order Holy Roller martinis. Not stirred, but all shook up.
What was it? What was A again?
A is, you would think one of them would have seen it. A priest, a rabbi, and a zombie Elvis walk into a bar. Dunk.
Yeah, A.
You going with A?
Yeah. Oh.
No, it's all shook up. The answer was
It's bound to get one wrong.
Yeah. So, number 9. True or false? Buddy Hackett once told a joke about 2 guys from Cleveland fucking an owl.
Very true.
It is absolutely true. 100% true. Go look it up. It will shock you. I'm just saying. It is true. And finally, what would be easier to do? Outlaw comedy to eliminate the possibility of offending people? Or just telling Karen to be quiet and change the freaking station?
B. Definitely B.
For realsies. For realsies. Alrighty, folks.
I have actually got one for you, Mr. Alien Stone. A quick one.
Okay.
So, during this trial, what kind of defense would you choose? Would it be A, a proper stern legal system to navigate through the trial in an orderly fashion? B, claim the defendant is insane and will fight for a small amount of time in an insane asylum for reconfiguration? C, attempt to make everyone laugh by doing what you were arrested for in the first place, so they break the law themselves to make your case not so bad? Or D, go the O.J. Simpson Chewbacca route during the trial and using that as a strategy and attempt to intentionally distract them all and then to baffle their brains and then do a Blues Brothers getaway in the 1970 Space Police shuttle to get to the mothership for a quick getaway.
See, the third one sounds great. But I'm going to do the Burgermeister Burger defense.
See, Chewbacca.
The Burgermeister Burger defense is from, do you know who Burgermeister Burger is?
Yeah.
Okay, so Burgermeister Burger outlawed toys, remember? Can't have toys. Oh, I hate toys, remember? But he was playing with a toy and he goes, hey, you're breaking your own law. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the Burgermeister Burger defense. I'm going to do what I normally do on the show. I'm going to get everybody to laugh and break their own law, and then they're going to have to repeal the law or go to jail themselves.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's what I'm going to do. Does my lawyer concur?
Hey, look, it was your... You said we'll go down that route. I concur.
All right, cool. All right. And ladies,
objection hearsay.
Do you have another one?
No. I just had objection hearsay.
Hearsay. I want a mega pint. Pour me a mega pint. You were drinking pretty heavily. Were you there? It's funny, man. It's funny. Anyway, folks, that has been
Just a Few Questions.
And that has been my time today, folks. Thanks for joining me this week on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. Until next time, peace out, Earthlings! I apologize to my affiliates. My clock is off. I ended 1 minute early. Well, I guess I won't be stepping on anyone's toes for the next broadcast. My bad. Keep your pants on, Earthlings. Your junk is hanging out. Stop it. You can get arrested for that.
watching this video, they're listening to this going, what the hell? That's right. It's like the hidden dragon.